Hey everyone, it's Joe here from Financially Savvy, back with another update on my finances. For anyone who doesn't follow me already, I post one of these videos every single month just to show you guys that I'm practicing what I preach and to keep myself accountable. But the main purpose of these videos is really to show you that if you apply consistent effort towards a specific, measurable, but ambitious but achievable goal, and like I say, you apply yourself consistently to that plan to achieve that goal, you'll find that you make more progress and achieve more by doing that than you probably ever thought that you could, because that's exactly what's happened to me. I started this process 4 years ago when I decided enough was enough and I wanted more for me and my family financially. I wanted more financial security, I wanted a nest egg for our daughter, and I ultimately wanted financial freedom for all of us so that we had more options essentially to do what we wanted to do with our lives when we wanted to do it. And, I managed to get my retirement age from 70 plus down to 55. And then I started kind of just continuing with the process, continuing to apply these steps, continuing to track my finances in this spreadsheet, which I'm going to take you through today. And 4 years later, I'm potentially 8 months away from quitting my job at the age of 32 to just pursue what I'm doing here full time. That was never the original plan, but because I've just applied myself consistently, and this isn't a brag, this isn't me flexing, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm just showing you, like, I'm a normal dude. I never inherited any money. I've built this from nothing. Just, it was a hobby that became a passion, that became a side hustle. I don't earn six figures like a lot of people that you'll see online who are doing this, and I never have until 3 years in, like, through doing this. um I just applied myself consistently and managed to build what I'm going to show you today. Without further ado, I'm going to dive into the spreadsheet. So the first tab we're looking at here is our shared expenses. So we use this tab of the spreadsheet every single month to set our budget for the month. We know what we're going to get paid at the end of the previous month, so we set our budget on the max that we want to spend on everything. Once we know that, we then can see that our disposable monthly income after, all of our both essentials and non-essential spending has been factored in, what we can afford to invest for the month. We then basically make sure that at the beginning of the month we pay ourselves first, we distribute that money between all of our savings and investment accounts, and then basically make sure we're maximizing the difference between our income and our outgoings to ensure we're saving as much as possible. If you go back through the year and watch all of my videos, my savings rate, which you can see here, which the tab works out for you automatically, has rarely ever dropped below 30%. I think maybe once it dropped below 30% when we were doing some landscaping in our garden earlier in the summer, just because we pulled some money from what would normally go into our savings accounts to pay for that. But it's always above 30%, and it's through budgeting and being able to make informed decisions about our finances that we're able to do that. It looks a bit off this month because we've had some more home improvements. So we had some money here that we spent on the home and in our shopping category as well. This was stuff that we actually had money saved for in our account. So basically you'll see in our income, I factored in a savings transfer, which basically was me moving money back into our account so that we could, into our disposable account, so that we could spend that money on the things that we had saved it for. That's actually had a knock-on effect onto our net worth, which I'll get to in a bit. I just wanted to show you that because it says that our income for the month was like over 10K. It wasn't, it was money that we'd saved that we transferred in. The next tab is our current yearly expenses. So basically we take everything from the previous tab and transcribe it over to this. What we also do is anything that's kind of a one-off, like a holiday, for example. So we had a trip up to Bristol this month. Obviously we're not going to do that every single month, but I want to know what we're spending over the course of an entire year on these trips, or also on things like gifts. So obviously we've started doing some Christmas shopping and things like that. So we spent £460 on some presents this month. So in our current yearly expenses in the gifts, I can put November, and I can put for November we spent £460, and on the holidays I've added Bristol into here. It then shows me what we're spending per year on all of these things, which is really helpful. Again, over the course of the year, it then shows me what our income is versus our outgoings. So we're in our income section. I put an average of what our earnings have been over the previous 3 months. That's likely to go up soon as well. My wife's just started a new job, which is great, so we're going to see our income increase. So you can see as well that the savings for the year, I put the average of what we tend to save most months into this section here, and it's telling me our average savings rate over the course of the entire year based on our average income is 36%. So we're thrilled about that. That's ultimately what's going to enable us to achieve financial freedom. And that is what's calculated in our expenses in retirement tab. So here I've made some changes for anyone who's watched videos in previous months. You'll know that I didn't include my mortgage because I thought that by the time I was going to be retiring in my, late 40s, early 50s, I wasn't going to have a mortgage to pay for anymore. However, 32 and it's looking like I'm going to be leaving my 9 to 5 within potentially the next 6 to 8 months. So I've had to factor in still having a mortgage to pay for, which is fine. I'm not going to let that get in the way of me being able to leave my job and spend more time with my family. I'm in a very blessed position here to be able to do that. So that's what's going to happen. But ultimately it's through planning this. It's through consistently tracking these things every single month that's enabled me to figure out that actually, this is how it went. I figured out that our yearly expenses are around 70k, or what our ideal expenses are in order to sustain the lifestyle that we want to have. That means I need a pre-tax income between the two of us of 95,000. And before, what I was working out was the amount I'd need invested in order to draw down 4% to live off of. But actually, what's turned out to be the case is that I've got additional income every month which I built on the side of my 9 to 5, which is going to become my main income. I'm going to drop my 9 to 5, focus on my side business full time, and that's hopefully, still need to prove it out yet over the next 3 to 6 months. But it's looking likely that that's going to be the case. And then just quickly to recap, so savings has obviously taken a hit. Savings we track in this tab here. Stock market's not doing very well right now. Investments are down again, so it's leveling out. It's still, it's basically flat for the year. At least it's not going down. We're continuing to dollar cost average across all our investments, so we know that we're, eventually it's going to rebound and we're going to do well out of this. So we're not concerned. We're just sticking to the plan again, consistently sticking to that plan that we built. Dollar cost averaging every single month. Our house equity and assets, as you know, house prices are coming down slightly. This has had a slight, literally less than 0.5% impact on our loan to value. Nothing to worry about there. We're not, planning to sell the house sooner or anything, so it doesn't really impact us. And our debts are still kind of coming down. Obviously, we've been spending a little more this month, but we haven't been accumulating any more debt because we've been planning ahead and saving for the things that we needed to spend on. So it's leveling out. We were just spending money on some things in the house rather than paying off debt. So we'll get back to that again in the new year. That's had like I said, a slight knock-on effect on our net worth. So where, investments aren't doing well, we didn't clear a huge amount off of our debts this month because of some things that we needed to buy that we had saved for. And then again, the savings that we'd built up in previous months, which were contributing to our net worth, we'd spent that money as intended on the things that we were saving for. So the net worth's gone down. We're still at £250,000 compared to where we were 4 years ago with a negative net worth. And getting from there to here, accumulating £290,000 in net worth has all been down to this tool that I'm showing you today. It's literally the whole reason I'm going to be able to leave my job, hopefully within the next 6 to 8 months, get that nest egg for our daughter, spend more time with my family, achieve financial freedom, enable my wife to quit her job so she doesn't have to work, so she can be with us more as well. And it's all down to just tracking our finances and making informed, intentional decisions and sticking to our plan consistently. So if you're not doing it, obviously, I highly recommend you go and do it. If you need any help, please reach out.